A very good evening and welcome to the Uganda Catholic Television. This is the Tuesday edition of Uctv News. I am Sanjay Gloria. Watch. Now, President Yoweri Museveni has responded to mounting pressure from political activists and citizens demanding the release of Dr. Kizza Besigye and other opposition supporters in prison. In a statement from the presidential press unit, Museveni dismissed concerns over Besigye's deteriorating health, labeling them a tactical ploy to gain sympathy and evade accountability for alleged serious criminal offences. President Museveni clarified that the delay in Besigye's trial resulted from the transfer of charges from the General Court Martial to civil courts. He urged concerned citizens to push for a swift trial rather than demanding Besigye's release, warning that such actions could compromise national security.
All this roots from November of 2024, when Ugandan authorities detained President Yoweri Museveni's long-time political critic, Dr. Kizza Besigye, alongside Haji Obaid Lutale, after reportedly abducting them back from Kenya, where they had gone to attend the launch of Martha Karua's book in Nairobi. Upon his detention, Besigye, alongside Lutale, were subsequently arraigned before the Military General Court Martial and charged with several counts including treason, illegal possession of firearms, terrorism, among others.
Is provided under Section 117 of the UPDF Act.
This was done in a protest, collectively by his supporters and their legal team, who argued that it was unconstitutional to try Besigye and Lutale, both civilians in military courts.
Because the courts of Kenya have to issue orders to that effect, that so and so is required back in their country on account of certain cases, charges preferred against them. They must be considered as fugitives who are running away from the long arm of the law.
At every court sitting, Besigye's legal team exchanged verbal ammunition with the General Court Martial bench members, which soon resulted into the arrest and ultimate sentencing of one of the defense lawyers, Aaron Kizza, to 6 months in Chitalia government prison on charges of contempt of court. This ignited public outcry and condemnation of the military court's proceedings, thus mounting pressure on the Supreme Court to expedite its judgment on the Honorable Mike Kabazuguruka vs. Attorney General case, which would define and clarify the military court's jurisdiction regarding trying civilians. On January 31st, the Supreme Court delivered the most anticipated landmark judgment, disbanding the General Court Martial and as well ordering for the suspension and transfer of all court proceedings involving civilians to the established competent civil courts.
The provisions of Section 179, 1 and 2, now 177, 1 and 2 of the UPDF Act, read together with Section 197, 2, now 195, 2, which grant the subordinate military courts jurisdiction over capital offenses, contravene Article 129, 1D and Article 126, 1 of the Constitution, hence they are unconstitutional.
Ngaka police akachiko ka police akakwasa pa police empisa n'abasirikali b'amakomera balina akaabo ekachiko constitution yekebakiriza okuteekawo bone bakakozesa okunyigiriza abo abalina ebirowoozo ebyawukana ku byabwe naddala abawakanya efugabbi n'obufutubbazi bwa mutambuzi munnaffe omukadde w'entebe.
And that therefore he had no authority to try me for an offense whose maximum sentence is death.
Dr. Kizza Besigye's case has stalled since the judgment, with the state delaying the transfer of his case file to a civil court. This move has raised contentious questions among the public, sparking concerns about the fairness and efficiency of the judicial process. It also escalated when Besigye appeared recently in Uganda Road Court with a frail health countenance, which aroused human rights concerns and a series of demonstrations by political activists who demand for his immediate release so that he could get the medical attention he needs. The Uganda Prison Services revealed that Besigye's health had taken a twisty turn following his resolution to starve himself in protest of his continued detention, yet the military court, which was in charge of his case, had been disbanded.
This coming after authorities had repeatedly denied him access to his own doctor is worrying. We fear that this sudden change signals a severe decline in his condition.
In the past couple of days, activists advocating for his release not only took it to social media, but some dared security agencies into a duel in the streets of Kampala, where men have been arrested and detained. Nonetheless, the pressure for Besigye's release has been steadily increasing and getting integrated with the demand for the release of all political prisoners jailed under the rule of the Daisei Function General Court Martial. The continued incarceration amidst mounting pressure for Besigye's freedom has drawn attention from international elements, such as the Commonwealth Secretary General Patricia Scotland, who has similarly demanded for Besigye's release, stating that his detention undermines democratic principles and human rights doctrines. The developments, notwithstanding, has now compelled the President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni into responding to the accumulating pressure by dismissing the demand for freeing Besigye on grounds of his deteriorating health conditions, arguing that it must be a strategic clever ploy for Besigye to evade facing his serious criminal offenses.
They need to get Dr. Besigye out of this place alive, not as a dead body.
So take charge, rise up, all of you. Bana Uganda banafe mwena mwena. Besigye bali mumutira mukomera.
Museveni adds that releasing suspected serious criminals on account of public pressure is not prudent since it compromises the security of the country, and he also urged the concerned Besigye supporters to instead advocate for a quick trial. Museveni's MISO also advises the public to mount pressure on the legislators to close the gaps identified in the military courts, which he believes can expedite such serious criminal proceedings. Joseph Kabale, Uctv News.
Dr. Besigye ne banne abali mukomera abaletebwa wano kuva mu koti y'amagye nga bwe bali wano bumenyi bw'amagye.
The Democratic Party has officially nominated Henry Kasacha Mubiru as its flag bearer for the Kawempe North by-election slated for March 13th of 2025. Kasacha, a Buganda Luchiko member and programs manager at the Inter-Party Organization for Dialogue, IPOD, was unveiled by the DP Electoral Commission chairperson Kennedy Mutenyo. He received the party symbol from DP President and Minister for Justice and Constitutional Affairs, Norbert Mao.
Dr. John Sebana Kizito eyebase kalule ebulemezi ne mulinya lyange zakyakute ekasi akamba akawase akatagwako masanda kwase enkumbi eno kwasa nependere eno tejja kukomawo nga tewangudde. Ffe tetulina kutya kwonna kubanga ffenna tugenda kubeera mu kalulu kano.
I want to tell you that this election in Kawempe is a very special election because it offers us a number of fundamental decisions to make. Number one, this election gives us an opportunity at this particular time in our country to renew the struggle for democracy, to give people hope, to allow people to step back, to push back the frontiers of democracy. We are seeing an erosion of our democratic environment, and this election offers us an opportunity to make a statement. Ugandans are getting frustrated. Despite the scandals, corruption scandal after scandal, just the other day 60 billion has gone missing. People have got used to this kind of news. and they believe that it is the way to go. Why? Because we do not have leaders who can stand firm and protect the interests of the people. I am coming in Kawempe for election because I believe we need to address the governance challenges we face as a country. We need to focus on service delivery. We need to address the broken transport infrastructure in Kampala. Kampala is the hub. People are losing money in transport because all the potholes, they are keeping their cars in garages. We cannot move. There is no country that can move without a reliable transport system. Transport system is not a luxury. It is a necessity and a tool of production. If this country is to have socio-economic transformation, we must address the structural challenges of this country, and we must address the structural problems of our transport system. We face challenges of human rights. You know, in this country, every day, human rights are being violated. We are facing it, and it is getting a practice. Yesterday, Chairman Nyanzi was arrested, abducted. Life continues. Dr. Besigye continues under illegal detention, and people are enjoying themselves. They are doing nothing about it. But this erosion is continuing. This erosion is not going to stop. This is not where the NRM started. Where the NRM is are the very reasons that took them to the bush. And we and our generation should not be part of this kind of system.
DP is not a political party of foot soldiers, because human beings don't think but with their feet. They think with their heads. So I am introducing you somebody from the head soldiers. We have brought material. We have got brains. Show me any of the candidates with a better CV than this one, because I had to summarize. Listen to him and make that mistake of listening to him. You will go away convinced people.
Twahira Akandinda, the widow of the late Muhammad Sejirinya, has officially declared her support for Elias Luyimbazi in Nalukola, the National Unity Platform Party flag bearer, in the upcoming Kawempe North by-election. Speaking at a press conference in Kawempe, Mbogo, Akandinda stated that her decision was made out of respect for her late husband, Muhammad Sejirinya, who was committed to party decisions. She also handed over documents to Nalukola outlining Sejirinya's plans for the people of Kawempe North and vowed to actively campaign for his victory.
I take this opportunity to declare to the whole constituency that I stand before the elected member in the National Unity Platform. And from today, I will make sure that I move with him everywhere he goes so that we keep our unity. You all know that our late husband, Honorable Sejirinya Muhammad, was a full member of the National Unity Platform. So in the respect of his unity and the party, we promise to work together with the party and the elected candidate, Council Elias Luyimbazi, for the better of the Kawempe North.
You have heard that our chief mobilizer, Chairman Nyanzi, was yesterday abducted and or kidnapped by men who are handling guns but who are not putting on official military or police uniforms. What was done is contrary to the law. What was done is contrary to the Constitution. It was meant to threaten all those peace-loving people, political activists, law-abiding citizens who would wish to participate in governance of their country. What was done is contrary to freedom of association. Chairman Nyanzi is being persecuted for contradicting the evil and maladministration of General Museveni. But the way he was handled is barbaric. that manner is not welcome in a free and democratic society. General Museveni and his government are doing exactly what they used to criticize. They are practicing evil methods which are contrary to a free and democratic society. We are telling those in power that they should follow our constitution. They should uphold democracy, rule of law, and constitutionalism. They should release all political prisoners, including but not limited to Dr. Kizza Besigye, and all new leaders and supporters who are being incarcerated in the lonely areas or in jail. They should be released. They are only persecuted because of belonging to their political parties, but not any other aim. And they had promised us that once we go into multi-party system of governance, we shall enjoy freedom of association, which they have come to contradict and to deny us. It is wrong. We are condemning the manner.
Thank you for watching UCTV News. We are going to take a break.
UCTV, good news for all.
Radio Patches, the best value-based community radio in Eastern Africa, running 24/7 with professional staff and solar energy backup of up to 500 kilowatts peak. We rock the whole of northern Uganda and the world using 7 languages on 90.9 FM and 94.5 FM in Arua on Ediofe Hill, 99.7 FM at Moyo on Adua Hill, 101.4 FM at Fogod in Gulu, and online at www.radiopatches.org or download the Radio Patches app from Google Play Store and Apple Store. Radio Patches, peace of Christ for all.
It's time now for Today in History. I am Sanjay Gloria Aboch, and I wish you the very best of this evening.